You stand on the edge of a hidden mystery in your everyday life. It is in these simple, quiet moments that the world seems to whisper secrets. Every day, as you follow your usual routine, you might miss a message from life itself. But today is different. Today, a warm smile from a young woman catches your eye, and with it comes a feeling that something important is waiting just beneath the surface. It all begins on an ordinary morning. The sunlight slants softly through the window as you wake up and begin your everyday tasks. You might not think much about it as you drink your coffee or pack your bag. Yet in that very moment you catch a glimpse of a smile that is not just pretty or kind. It holds meaning. The smile seems to ask a quiet question that rings in your mind. Have you ever noticed that? It is as if the smile is inviting you to look closer, to stop and wonder if every smile you see carries a special story. As you walk to work or go about your daily activities, your mind can't help but drift back to that smile. You start to see the world in a different way. You begin to notice small details that you once took for granted. You see the way the light falls on buildings, the gentle sway of trees, and the silent rhythm of the city. Every face tells a story. Every gesture, however small, seems to carry a hidden message. You start to understand that life is full of these little moments of beauty and meaning. Imagine the city streets in the early morning. The sky is light and calm. Long shadows stretch across the sidewalks as people hurry to their destinations. In the midst of this busy scene, you see a young woman walking with ease. Her face lights up with a gentle, genuine smile that stops you in your tracks. For a moment, everything else becomes background noise. The honking cars, the chatter of passers-by, and the rush of daily life fade away, leaving you with only the memory of that warm smile. At first, you might think that smile is nothing more than a simple act of kindness or an expression of fleeting happiness. But as you pause to think, you sense that there is a deeper story hidden behind that smile. It does not seem random or ordinary. Instead, it appears carefully meant to invite you to question the living truth of the world. Have you ever noticed the smile seems to say that every person carries a piece of the world's story within them? This simple question stirs something in you. A quiet curiosity awakens inside. You begin to reflect on your own life, wondering how many small, unnoticed moments have shaped who you are. You think of the times when small acts, the warmth of a smile, the kindness of a stranger, a fleeting glance between two people, had a big impact on your heart. Each of these moments is like a tiny spark that lights up the dark. They remind you that there is more to life than just routine and work. You decide to take a closer look at the world around you. With every step you take, you try to see the hidden meaning in everyday faces and gestures. You look at people in the park, the old man feeding birds on a bench, the laughing children playing near a fountain. Even in these common scenes, you begin to notice that every smile and every kind gesture has a story to tell. It is as if life has left you a series of small clues scattered all around, urging you to listen and learn. As you walk along the familiar streets, you slowly start to notice the changes within yourself. Your surroundings, once seen in the same simple way every day, begin to reveal layers of emotion and memory. In one quiet moment, you remember a time when you were full of hope and dreams. You recall the times when every smile seemed like a promise, and promise that the world was kind and full of secrets waiting to be discovered. Now, through the memory of that young woman's smile, you find your own desire to seek out the simple beauty of life, as if you are trying to reconnect with an old friend. Over the next few days, this feeling strengthens. That one smile has opened your eyes to the possibility that every smile you meet might hide a deeper truth, a silent message from someone who has felt life's joys and sorrows. It is like each smile you see has a quiet power. It is the power to heal, to connect, and to remind you that even in a busy, crowded world, there are moments of pure wonder. One day, you decide to return to the place where you first saw that smile. You choose a familiar park where the early morning light filters through tall trees, creating a mosaic of shadows and gentle colors. The park is quiet, and the air feels fresh with the promise of a new beginning. There, among the rustling leaves and soft sounds of nature, you sit on a worn bench. You close your eyes for a moment, trying to relive the peaceful feeling that the smile had given you. As you sit in silence, you recall that first encounter. You remember how her smile was not forced or shallow. It was genuine and filled with life. It made you feel that despite whatever struggles or burdens you might carry, there is still simple goodness in the world. You realize that the smile speaks of hope, resilience, and the quiet strength that lies in every heart. It tells you that even on days when the world seems harsh and uncertain, there is always a reason to smile back at life. You start to wonder about the life behind that smile. Who is she? What struggles has she overcome? Has she ever felt as lost or as joyful as you do in your moments of quiet reflection? These questions nudge you toward a desire to know more about the hidden stories of the people around you. Every face in the park, every passing stranger, becomes a mystery waiting to be solved, a small narrative that might hold the key to understanding your own journey. One afternoon, you decide to take a longer walk in the park. The sky is a soft blue, and the weather is calm. As you walk slowly along the winding paths, you see many people enjoying the simple pleasures of life, a couple laughing together on a bench, children chasing bubbles in the grass, an elderly woman feeding birds with a smile of quiet contentment. Each of these scenes is simple, yet full of life. You begin to see that small acts of kindness and moments of joy are everywhere, if you only take the time to notice. Your thoughts return to that first memorable smile. You imagine that behind that smile lies a story of courage and hope. Perhaps the young woman has faced challenges that you cannot see from the surface. Her smile might be a sign of her strength, a mask for the difficulties she has overcome. Or maybe it is a quiet reminder that every day, no matter how hard, there is always a reason to find a flicker of light. In this simple smile, you sense the timeless message that life is not about the trials alone, but also about the hope that shines even in the darkest moments. As you continue your walk, you meet several people along the way. You greet them with a simple hello or a nod. In each brief interaction, you feel a connection. Every shared smile or kind word feels like a small bridge linking you to another story in this great tapestry of life. You start to realize that while some people may hide their true feelings, every soul carries memories, dreams, and lessons learned from old wounds and fresh joys. You find that by keeping your eyes open and your heart ready, you begin to appreciate the beauty in simplicity. Every gentle smile, every quiet nod of acknowledgement fills you with a sense of belonging. It is as though you are becoming a part of something larger than yourself, a community of shared human experiences that are woven together through moments of genuine connection. In the days that follow, you make a habit of noticing these little details. When you are on your daily walk, you look carefully at faces, trying to read the hidden stories behind each expression. You even start to carry a small notebook with you, jotting down thoughts and feelings when a particular smile, a kind gesture, or a soft word moves you. These notes remind you of the lessons learned from everyday encounters and the quiet strength that comes from understanding that each person is on their own journey. Sometimes you sit at a favorite corner of a local cafe, sipping your coffee slowly while watching the world outside. As raindrops tap against the window, you remember that first smile and the sense of wonder it sparked in you. You think about how for so long you might have overlooked these small yet important moments. Now, each smile serves as a gentle nudge, a call to live in the moment, to cherish life's simplicity, and to look for hope in even the smallest gestures. In this new way of living, every day becomes an invitation to grow. You start to see that your journey is not marked just by the big life-changing events, but also by the quiet, unremarkable moments that build up over time. The sound of laughter. On a windy day, the sight of a child playing with bubbles or a passerby's brief but sincere smile all add up to a life filled with tiny miracles. All these moments push you to ask yourself sometimes, what is the story behind this smile? What does it tell me about life? You find that these small moments are like puzzle pieces. Each piece is simple on its own, but when you put them together, they create a picture of a much richer and deeper world. You begin to realize that the secret to living fully is not to search for grand, dramatic signs, but to appreciate and understand the small messages that come your way every day. Every smile you encounter is a reminder that life is full of hidden wonders waiting to be discovered. One sunny afternoon, you choose to take a longer route into a part of town you have not explored. Much before, the streets are quieter here, and the pace of life seems slower. You see old brick buildings, small local shops with bright signs, and cozy cafes filled with friendly chatter. This neighborhood feels like it holds its own stories from the past, each street corner whispering memories. As you walk, you notice that people smile at each other in a genuine, unhurried way. Their smiles seem to speak of a time when people took the time to know one another, to share small moments of their day. In one small plaza, you come across a group of local artists setting up a display of paintings. You pause to look at their work, and you find that their art is filled with images of smiling faces, simple scenes of daily life, and bright colors that draw the eye. Here art meets life, and every canvas seems to tell a quiet story of hope, hard work, and dreams. A friendly artist notices your interest and invites you to learn more about his work. He explains that he paints the smile of the people he meets, believing that each one reflects a piece of the human soul, full of joy, struggle, and hope. His words resonate deeply with you, and you find yourself reflecting on the many faces you have seen over the past days. Inspired by this simple conversation, you decide to return to your routine with a new sense of purpose. Every time you see a smile in the crowded streets, in a quiet park, or in a busy cafe, you remember that these expressions are not just random acts. They are signs. They are invitations to pay attention, to care, and to connect with the world. Around you, you make it a goal to be more present, to notice the feelings behind every friendly gesture, every nod, and every kind word. Each week, you start to explore a different part of your city. You walk in neighborhoods you rarely visit, stopping in small parks, marketplaces, and community centers. With each walk, your heart opens a little more. You begin to see that the diversity of experiences, hardship, joy, loss, and hope, all come together to create the mosaic of life. Every face, every smile tells a story of someone who has learned to carry on, to find beauty in even the simplest of moments. One day, in the middle of one of your walks, you find yourself sitting on a weathered bench by a quiet stream. The water flows gently, and the soft sound of it moving over rocks fills you with peace. As you sit in silence, you watch a small group of children playing near the water's edge. Their laughter echoes in the cool air, and you see the genuine smiles on their faces, faces that are full of life and wonder. You feel a deep connection to them. In their carefree joy, you see the promise that life always carries hope, even in the smallest, most innocent moments. As the day turns into evening, you slowly make your way back home. While walking, you reflect on the significance of that first smile, the one that started it all. You realize that life is not just about the routine tasks and long stretches of busy work, but about the small, bright moments that remind you of what you hold dear. The smile of that young woman was a spark that lit a fire in you, a fire to look deeper, to feel more strongly, and to live each day with care and curiosity. In the following days, you find yourself inspired to share your newfound understanding with others. You start small, sharing a kind word with a neighbor, giving a smile to a stranger on the bus, or simply listening more closely when a friend speaks about their day. You begin to see that these small acts, when added up, create meaningful connections. It feels as though the simple messages hidden in every friendly gesture have the power to change lives, including your own. One rainy day, as you sit inside, watching raindrops slide down the window, you pick up the notebook you now keep with you. You read over your simple notes, each one a reminder of a smile, a kind interaction, or a quiet, happy moment you experienced. You see that these pages are filled with the small stories of real life, stories of hope, resilience, and the beauty of everyday human connections. You are deeply surprised by how much meaning is hidden in the details you once thought unimportant. It is then that you write down a new thought. Every smile is a chance to see the world a little brighter. This simple sentence, though plain, feels powerful to you. As time goes on, you discover that being open to the small wonders in life has changed you. You feel calmer, more connected, and more hopeful about the future. The memory of that one smile has grown to mean many things. It is a symbol of the strength that comes from paying attention, a reminder that every day brings countless moments of warmth, and a guide that gently pushes you toward a life filled with care and kindness. One evening, while sitting in your favorite park under a sky turning shades of pink and orange, you think back on all your experiences. The smiling faces of strangers, the conversations shared with friendly souls, and the quiet moments of reflection under the gentle glow of streetlights. All these memories form a tapestry that tells the story of your journey toward a more mindful and connected life. You realize that the simple act of noticing a smile has opened many doors for you. What began as a single encounter has led to an ongoing quest for meaning in the smallest details. You come to understand that every smile you see is like a small gift from the universe. It is a reminder that in a busy world filled with noise and haste, there is always time for quiet connection, a time to see and be seen. In each passing day, you learn that paying attention to simple gestures can change the way you view yourself and others. That smile, which once seemed like a brief moment of beauty, now serves as a constant reminder that hope and kindness are never far away. In the weeks and months that follow, you begin to form new habits. You set aside moments each day to simply breathe, to watch the patterns of light and shadow, and to greet the world with an open heart. You learn to see that the road to a meaningful life is paved with these humble interactions. One warm smile you think is enough to start a journey that goes beyond the surface of everyday life and dives into the core of what makes us all human. Sometimes, while on these walks, you even notice that others have started to pay attention to the small signs in life. A neighbor waves with a smile that seems to say, "I see you." A cashier at the grocery store greets you with a gentle word, making you feel welcomed. In these moments, you see that the simple message of connection is spreading, one small act at a time. The world, with all its noise and haste, is slowly beginning to slow down and allow kindness to come through. It is on one clear, cool morning, as you stand at the same busy street corner where you first felt that pull of wonder, that you realize something very important. What you had been seeking was not hidden in faraway places, but was right here in the everyday moments that make up your day. A friendly smile from a passerby, a warm greeting from a friend, or even the way the sun gently kisses the day awake. All these little experiences are signs. They offer you a chance to live with hope, to appreciate the small gifts of life, and to share your own light with those around you. Now, with this new outlook, you decide to live each day with intention. You tell yourself that no matter how routine the day may seem, there is always something special waiting to be uncovered if you take just a few moments to look. Every smile you share, every kind word, every small act of care is a reminder that life is full of secrets meant to inspire and connect us all. One day, while sitting on a park bench beneath a soft blue sky that has hints of gold from the rising sun, you begin to write down your experiences in your notebook. You jot down simple sentences like, "A kind smile can change a day," and every small gesture is a reminder that we are all connected. You write about the friendly faces you have seen and the gentle voices you have heard. In doing so, you feel that you are building a story, not just your own, but one that belongs to all who share in these small miracles of life. As the year goes on, you find that your simple approach to life has a ripple effect. Friends and family notice that you seem calmer and happier. They ask what you have discovered, and you tell them that life is a collection of small moments, a smile here, a kind word there, that together create something truly beautiful. You encourage them to pause for a moment as they go about their day, to look for signs of hope and kindness in the ordinary world around them. In time, you decide to share your journey more widely. You write a short story about that first smile and how it changed the way you see life. You share it with a small group of friends and neighbors. They listen and smile, and it seems as if the message of connection spreads. One by one, people start to tell their own stories of small, hopeful moments that made all the difference in their lives. Stories about a smile, a gentle word, or a quiet gesture that sparked a new way of seeing the world. Your story becomes a way for others to remember that life is not made up solely of big events and major changes, but also of the everyday gifts that come in simple forms. You remind everyone that by noticing these small moments, we can nurture a deep sense of connection and joy. The idea is clear. Each smile holds a story, and every friendly face is a reminder that we are all in this life together. Now, as you look back on your journey, you feel gratitude for the many lessons learned from the smiles of strangers and loved ones alike. You understand that the beauty of life often lies in what goes unnoticed unless we choose to see it. That one smile which once sparked a question in your mind now serves as a symbol of all the quiet wonders that make life meaningful. It has taught you that hope is not hidden in grand gestures, but shines in the everyday acts of kindness that brighten even the darkest days. In the evenings, when the sky turns soft hues of purple and the night gently falls, you sometimes sit by the window and watch the city lights twinkle like small beacons of hope. These lights, like the smiles you have come to cherish, are simple signs that life goes on, full of hidden stories and quiet victories. With each passing day, you remind yourself to see these little miracles and to pass on the kindness when you can. 1 month later, you find yourself revisiting the park bench where you have spent so many reflective hours. Here, the trees whisper with the wind, and the gentle rustling of leaves seems to carry messages of friendship and hope. You sit quietly and let the simple beauty of nature fill you with peace. In that calm stillness, you think back on all your encounters, the smiling faces, the kind words, the gentle nods, and you smile, knowing that every one of those moments has helped you become more patient, more loving, and more open. As the seasons change and a cool autumn breeze begins to blow, you notice that the world is filled with moments of transformation. The leaves change color and fall gracefully to the ground, and every day seems to bring a new chapter in the endless story of life. You see that, just like the seasons, your life is a series of cycles, moments of growth, periods of calm, times of letting go, and the arrival of new hope. The faces you pass on your daily walks, each with their own stories marked by time and experience, remind you that change can be beautiful. A smile shared in autumn carries the warmth of summers, memory and the promise of a brighter winter ahead. Every time you think of that original smile, your heart fills with warmth and simple joy. It has sparked a chain reaction that continues to fill your life with small yet powerful moments of connection. You have learned that dreams and hope are not reserved for great far-off adventures. Instead, they live in the everyday, in every smile, every kind word, and every thoughtful gesture. They are the building blocks of a life well lived, a life grounded in caring for others and cherishing the hidden wonders that come your way. Now, as you sit here reflecting on your journey so far, you feel ready to share your story with a wider world. You decide to write an article, a short book, or even start a blog about the simple power of a smile. You hope that by sharing your journey, others will take a moment in their busy lives to look around, to notice the little things, and to remember that every day holds a small miracle waiting to be seen. Through your writing, you tell the story of the young woman's warm smile that changed your perspective. You write about the quiet mornings, the gentle afternoons in the park, and the simple joy found in everyday connections. Your words are plain and honest, much like your own experience, and you hope that they will encourage others to slow down, breathe, and see the beauty in each passing moment. The more you share, the more you see that a simple message can touch many hearts. People write back to you, saying that they too have found meaning in the little details of their day. They share their own stories of a stranger's smile that brightened their day, or a kind gesture that gave them hope in a difficult time. In these messages, you see that the idea you discovered, that every smile is a chance to see the world more clearly, has grown into a community of people who care for one another. By sharing these simple truths, you begin to understand that the world is made up of millions of small moments of grace. To live fully is to recognize them, to nurture them, and whenever possible, to give them back to the world in the form of a smile, a kind word, or a simple act of generosity. It is a cycle that feeds the soul and reminds us all of our shared humanity. You now see that what started with one smile has become a lifelong journey, one that teaches that even in a large, busy city, each person carries a quiet light within. That light, often seen in a gentle smile, is a sign not only of personal strength, but also of the interconnectedness of every life. It is a reminder that no one is truly alone, for every friendly smile is a small signal of solidarity, a little connection that can help mend even the deepest wounds. In this very journey, you have learned that the beauty of life is found in simplicity. The lessons learned from each unguarded, gentle smile illustrate that extraordinary meaning is hidden in what we might once have overlooked. You have come to understand that life does not have to be complicated or overly dramatic to be full and rich. Instead, truth and beauty can often be found in the most ordinary of places: a smiling face on the street, a softly spoken greeting, or the quiet rustle of leaves on a fall day. As you continue to move forward, you hold on to every bright, simple moment as a source of strength. Whether you are walking through a crowded market or sitting quietly alone with your thoughts, you remember that each moment carries a promise that life, with all its ups and downs, is filled with hidden wonders waiting for you to notice them. And that promise, born by the warmth of a smile, is enough to light even the darkest path. In the end, you have learned a powerful truth. Every smile holds a story. Every kind gesture is a tiny beacon of hope. And by living each day with a mindful heart, by seeing the beauty in even the smallest moments, you discover that life is not just a series of routine tasks, but an unfolding narrative of quiet miracles and shared human experience. You stand on the edge of a mystery every day, a mystery that reveals itself not through grand events, but in the soft light of morning and the warm smile of a stranger. And as you look ahead, you know that this journey of simple wonders has only begun. With every step you take, with every smile you encounter, you are reminded that life is full of promise, and that each new day is a chance to write your own gentle story. A story built on kind words, soft glances, and the shared smiles of all who walk this path with you. Let every smile be a reminder to slow down, to look around, and to live with open eyes. For it is in these small moments that you find the strength, the hope, and the quiet courage to carry on. In today's busy world, a simple smile can be an act of love, a gift to someone who is struggling, and a spark that lights up the darkness. Keep your heart open, cherish these moments, and most of all, remember that every friendly smile you share builds a bridge between you and the world, creating a gentle chain of hope that stretches far beyond what you can see. So, as the sun rises each day and the city awakens to its own quiet rhythm, know that life offers you a fresh start with every smile. Embrace that new beginning with a kind heart. Share in the small wonders, knowing that each one is a stepping stone on your own journey of growth and discovery. The story of that first warm smile has become part of your own story, a story that you now continue with every new day, every kind interaction, and every moment that you choose to see the beauty in the world. And in this way, your life, built from the very smallest acts, grows into a rich tapestry of hope and shared understanding. A simple smile is never wasted. It is a small treasure that carries with it a world of meaning, a reminder that in every ordinary day there is always the chance for something extraordinary.